Okay. Courtney Burgess, a guy who famously went to the grand jury and then did a string of interviews talking about the video evidence that he has and all that stuff. He's been asked to return to the grand jury. Um, did you see that? And if so, do you have any thoughts on why the grand jury might want to talk to him again so soon?
Yeah. Courtney Burgess. What is that nigga real name, y'all? I done heard people call him Gene Burgess. I done heard him deny that Courtney is just Burgess is just his stage name or his artist name or his art, his professional name. What is that nigga real name? Wonder who can outscoop that and find that out about him. All right. Courtney must have promised them. Cause y'all gotta remember, y'all keep listening to people on the internet and all of that, and I be saying stuff, and people be in the comment section. He said this person had that, and you need to look at interviews way back, and he accused LeBron James and this person. And I'll be like, all right, okay. Motherfuckers say anything on the YouTube or the internet. But what did that motherfucker say before that grand jury? And as I told you, people, he never said that he had in the possession at that time those flash drives with those, with those sex acts, especially with two kids, and he said possibly a third kid. The 8 celebrities he supposed to have on tape. He said he didn't have them no more. He said he saw them, but he don't have them. Kept telling y'all that. Well, I think either somebody on the grand jury or somehow it done came up to verify that question, or he had promised them that he was going to go and try to get it and get those tapes. But I tell you what, if he had one of those things, if he said he had one of those things, they would have not be subpoenaing him. The U.S. Marshals, FBI, Homeland Security, somebody would have been kicking in his doors that day at his house. Because why? What is that possession of, y'all? It's called when you send kids under 18 and you got them and you saying you got that possession of that and all of that. Bring that shit here right now. Have it delivered here by such and such date, such and such time. Is how they would have came at him. All right. Let me explain to y'all how a grand jury proceeding work. Because I think most of y'all, because we watch TV a lot, right? We watch Law and Order, all that. We think that's how that goes on. A grand jury proceeding, y'all, and that's why you get all of the a good prosecutor could prosecute a ham sandwich or whatever. I think Johnny Crocker once said that. Indict a, All right, let me explain to y'all. So once a year, they have a panel. Some states is 6 months, some are counties. It's actually counties. It's 6 months, some is a year. Where you go and be this juror on the grand juror. They hear all type of cases in that county for whatever time period that they, are served to be chosen to be on the grand juror. So they hear all type of cases daily, or of different cases, not the same particular case. They have a case one day for Reggie, one day for John, one day for, Sue, one day for Alan, or whatever. They're hearing all the cases. And so they have those dates. So they do that for about a year or 6 months. And guess who? Who do y'all think be there? The only person be there is the prosecutor and his team, the DA office. And they presenting to the jurors why they think they should get an indictment. The defense attorney has no rights to be there. The defendant has no right to be there. And so they go and they hear all this evidence, and then that's when they come out to the indictment. They have the, like in court, a juror can't get up and say, hey, Your Honor, what happened? What about this? Now, once they go into what they call, to adjourn, when they're going to decide whether you're guilty, and I'm talking about a juror, just a regular juror, they can ask the judge to have this read back or whatever. But in a grand jury setting, you just sit there. And you can ask questions, you can interrupt while I'm talking and say, hey, well, what about this, Mr. What about this? He said this. They can ask questions and everything. It's very, very, very informal. And the only person there is a court reporter, the DA and his staff, and the people that's on the grand jury for that county, for that area. So just so y'all can know that. So what I'm suspecting has happened on this is, one, he promised to either bring something back, which I don't think that was the case because they wouldn't have gave him that long. They would have been like, if you got it, you got a day or whatever to drop this off at the Homeland Security, the FBI, or whatever investigator is handling the case for the U.S. attorney, the deputy U.S. attorneys. But I'm thinking one of the grand juries, because they're about to indict somebody or add some more charges to Diddy's case. But they had some more questions. There's something that they wanted to answer before they decide whether they're going to send out more indictments. What it is, I don't know. If it's more, well, I'm on record. I'm telling y'all. Thanksgiving, Christmas, motherfuckers is getting indicted. I think I got up to 8 people getting indicted by Christmas. And one of Diddy's sons, for sure, is definitely going to be one of them. But I'm not saying this one time. I'm just saying up until Christmas. But for them to still have a grand jury going on the case, y'all don't hear about Keefe D having a grand jury on that case. It's still going on, do y'all? Because they always, Reggie, you go on, you gonna be next. Y'all don't hear about that, right? But we done heard about Diddy's being in jail, indicted, and a grand jury testimony still going on. Because somebody else, they're going to either add more, well, they're definitely going to add more charges to Diddy. But definitely, I believe, put my reputation on the line, my word, that more people or somebody else will be indicted real soon. And so that's what's going on with Mr. Burgess. He either was supposed to bring something else to him, or that grand juror, that person in there, have some more questions for him that they needed cleared up. And so that's why he'll be going back this week or whenever he's subpoenaed to go back to court, John.